Behind me is the LAPD End of Watch Traveling Memorial. Join Chief Charlie Beck for a conversation regarding the Chief's message for the month of June 2014. Coming up this June 14th on a Saturday, we're going to have one of the biggest events in South Los Angeles. It's going to be the Safe Summer Tip-Off.
You're absolutely right, Jack. It's the fifth year that we've been doing it. We do this to start the summer right, to get kids involved with outdoor activities, get them involved with the police department. We'll have several thousand kids at Galen Center to watch a basketball game and to enjoy some exhibits and food and things like that. Basketball game is between us and the fire department. It's our best team against LAFD's best team. Now, our best team is a little bit better than LAFD's team. At least that's what I think. Arsenio Hall is our host. He has been for the entirety of the 5 years that we've been doing it. It's a great event. You know, bring your families out. The food is good. The game is excellent. You know, it was only won by 1 point last year, and the fire department is desperately wanting to take a victory from us.
This is a great opportunity for the department as well, because we have a lot of equipment there, a lot of resources there that the public can actually take advantage of.
Sure. Well, we have thousands of cadets there. We have lots of kids from South Los Angeles. It is just a great way to introduce yourself to the police department and maybe think about having a career.
Are you going to play basketball, sir?
You know what? These teams are way too good for me to play with. So I'll maybe do the tip-off with them, and then I get off the court as quick as possible.
Paul Simon, the prolific songwriter, had written a song, A Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Isn't that really fitting for where we are at today?
Well, and I hope we're at the end of that bridge, Jack. You know, it's been a tough couple of months here with the Los Angeles Police Department, and I know everybody is well aware of that. We've lost 5 officers, 4 in horrific traffic collisions, one of which was an absolute murder, the other involving a person under the influence of narcotics, and 2 others involving heavy equipment on a very steep road in Beverly Hills. We've also lost an individual due to a heart attack. You know, very painful time. You know, all of these are our friends and our brothers, and to lose them is very, very difficult, especially as it happens one after the other after the other. But you know, I got to think we've turned a page. You know, I was at the hospital this past Mother's Day with a longtime sergeant, a good friend of mine, who had a heart attack and literally came back from the brink of death 3 times. And I got to think that if we were meant to keep losing officers, he'd have been one of them, and he's still with us. So I think that we have moved beyond it, and I hope by the time this airs, that proves to be true.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of those officers that you and I both well know. Let's take, for example, Roberto Sanchez. This is a person who at his division really had quite an impact for an officer of only 6 years on.
You know, Robert was very, very well liked. He's a wonderful guy at Harbor Division, worked with his best friend, Rich, and you know, they were a team, and they were a very productive team. They were hardworking. They were good, fair cops. They made a very positive influence. You know, I feel horrifically bad for his family. You know, his mom and his dad. He was an only child. His wife Sonia. You know, they will suffer this loss forever, and so will we.
So then we move up a little north, and we have Detective Allen, who you've known for, well, a couple of decades.
Ernie, a very, very solid detective, and you know, just a joy to be around. You know, Ernie died on Loma Vista when a cement truck overturned and crushed his vehicle. Just absolutely senseless act. You know, that I hope we're able to prevent from happening again by some road changes and some productive enforcement. Ernie, you know, everybody's going to miss him. He was a detective for me when I was a captain at Rampart. I've known him for many, many years. Just a wonderful guy, and somebody whose efforts made this department great.
So then we move up into Central, and I know that you were the captain at Central at one time, and he was actually there. He's been there for many, many decades, and no one that worked at Central did not know George Nagata.
George was an absolute fixture at Central. You know, George, in the later part of his career, stayed in the station most of the time, and you know, he was always there at the front gate, always there at the front desk, or in one of the substations in either Little Tokyo or Chinatown, and just absolute pleasure to know always with a smile, always with a positive word, and always doing the work. We're going to miss George, and I know his family is going to miss him terribly. These have been very tough times for the Los Angeles Police Department, and because of that, I need you to take special precautions. I need you to take care of each other. What you do to keep each other safe will make all the difference. You take care and be safe.